What's going on, guys? Smoking MVP back again. Today I'm going to be running through the ED2 bosses, starting of course with Astellarn. Once again, just removing the fluff. I'm not going to show you me killing the mobs and whatnot. I'm just going to jump right into the bosses. I'm going to start this one a little bit different. Usually I'll build a Dren at the Wars Retreat and then come into the bosses, but I kind of wanted to show you guys some positioning before we start, so I got the dummy in my inventory. I do have salves, but I have an abundance of normal elders right now. It's also why my potion setup looks like this, and I'm running a Ripper Demon. But yeah, let's just jump right into it. So as you can see, the boss room is kind of like a rectangle. A lot of people like to fight the boss and stand right here. The room is kind of split into 4 sections, as once you start the boss fight, a starfall will appear. That just hits you for damage over time. Small tick damage, but it can add up if you're standing in it, getting hit by the pulsar and the boss at the same time. So positioning is kind of key here. But like I was saying, a lot of people like to stand here and fight the boss. I do not. I like to stand over at this wall. Right about here is the separator between 2 panels, and I like to put the portal that appears right here. Just because once the portal is dropped here, as you can see, that's the outside of the map. The bomb that follows cannot appear outside of there at all, so it kind of has to appear in the half circle surrounding the circle. So as soon as I drop that portal, you'll see I'll either go to the left or the right, and if the bomb spawns on the same side as me, I just turn right back around and I'll surge through the portal, which will drag the bomb into it. And that works on either side. I'll kind of look, if the starfall is on the left side of me, then I'll go to the right. If the starfall is on the right side, I'll go to the left, of course. And try to avoid that as much as possible. But most likely, if whatever opposite side it's on, you're going to be surging into. So now that I've explained that, I'm just going to go build the Dren, and then we'll start this fight. And while I'm building the Dren, I'll kind of point out some other details. So I'll get it right over here. Oops. Yeah, it does the same thing. Yeah, let me kind of show you my gear setup here. You don't need 292s to fight this boss. I've done this in Pernix and Ascensions, God Book, Kiln Cape. You don't need the Reckless Aura. I'm running Reckless. You could do this with a Vamp Aura if you're getting hit up a lot. If you're worried about healing. Regular Amia Souls. You could use a Blood Fury here. You'll see I start the boss with a Vigor for my Death Swiftness, and then I'll switch to my LOTD. Vuln bombs, of course. Alright, we're at 100%. He does use magic damage, so I just pray mage the whole time. You can Devo most of his attacks. I'm not even going to bother. I'm just going to try and bust him out as quickly as possible. I normally don't even bring my my Grim here, but I'm going to, just for this kill, ooh, accidentally unequipped. That's alright. So what I try to do is just quickly build and drop an SGB spec on him. So we want to get him down to about 180k, and you'll see is you start doing small damage to him. Now the starfall's on my left side, so I'm going to move right a little bit, get rid of this pulsar as soon as possible, eat up a little, and the anchor point is coming. So I'm going to go in the middle here, drop it, and then I'm going to run to my right side because the starfall's over there. And look at that. This happens a lot of times. The bomb usually appears right inside the portal. So I'm just going to keep DPSing him. My SGB spec is about to be off, cooldown, and we're just going in. And with this method, I'm usually able to do this in one portal. He normally doesn't get more than one of these off. I'm just DPSing him as hard as I can. Switch back to my LOTD. And that's all she wrote. Like I said, this can be done with a lower tier gear. Kills might be a little bit slower. You won't have an SGB spec, but it's definitely possible. You might get 2 portals, but following that method there, even if you bring a pack yak, you're going to eat a minimal amount of food. Them bombs should be very easy to avoid, and should get the job done. Hope you guys found this video insightful. Stay tuned.